Right, here we go, Jacob. I'm just going to say hello to everyone who's watching this afterwards. If you're not watching this on Monday, the, 22nd of August? 22nd of August at 7 o'clock. Remember, you're watching a repeat, which means if you put comments on the screen, I won't get back to you. And now we'll wait for everyone to come in. And here's little Jacob. Say hello to everyone, look. We'll wait for them to arrive, shall we? To our little party. Do you know what he's doing? He's eyeing up a cake, because I've got a cake. Do you know the one thing I forgot to... I'm going to go and get my headset, actually, because it sounds probably like a cathedral here, doesn't it? So, give me 1 second. I'll be back. There's 10 people there already. I'll be back in a moment. Say hello. Hello. Put you there. He'll eat cake if I leave him. I'll be back. Hello. We're going to talk. Are you going to never see everyone? No. Okay. Okay then. Okay. Come on, beautiful. Come on then. Right, how many people we got? Hello, everyone. Right, now we'll put this in. Right, let me know if you can hear me better. Hopefully that's better. Now, have you got everything you need? I don't know why I'm listening. I'm listening to something that I'm not listening to anything. Because no one's talking back to me, but I can see loads of pictures already, loads of messages. We have cake. We have good luck cake. Let me know if you can hear me better now. Right, let's follow. What I'm going to try and do is follow the messages on my computer, because the camera's quite a way away. Good job, because I look rough. I only ran outside there. There you go. Fitness, not a thing. High on my list. Right, let's see. Let's see if my broadband holds up. Well, 32 people. That's good, isn't it, already? Right, let me see if I can see some of these messages. I'll scroll back to the beginning. Shannon, hello. Hello. Linda, hello to you as well. God, it's warm in here. Zoe, who says, hey, Derek, bye, Derek. Oh, yeah, but I'm back now. I'm back now. Claire says, goodbye and good luck. You're not going already, are you? We've only just started. I hope you stick around for... Oh, look, it's all happening. Right, let's see if I can press play on my computer. This might make it go horribly wrong, by the way. But I'm hoping that I can see the messages on my computer and I can read them without having to go like that. Because the further away I am from this camera, probably the best, I think. So, what have we got so far? Let's have a look. Right, do what you said you were going to do, Derek. Barbara says, did you sleep well? Oh, yes, you can hear me now. Brilliant. Fantastic. Good. That's good news. Right. Okay, so I'm watching that, and I can scroll up through those. Can I? Sorry, I won't be a second. You see, what I'm trying to do is see what you can see as well. Right, okay, so I can see it all happening right now. Kate says, hi, Derek, we'll miss you loads. I think you should make this a regular slot to keep us updated with your goings-on. I just realised I only need one of those in because I'm not actually listening to anyone. I'm just talking to myself, which is a bit crazy and mad, but at least there's 37 people watching, so maybe you're as crazy as I am, which is good. Oh, this is only one half of a dog, by the way. This is a mug which lovely Sheila from Pavers bought. There are two that go together, and inside they say, we go together like sausage. Hang on. Sausage and mash, that's it. Joanne says, hi Derek, looking good, like your kitchen. Ah, and your handsome face, stop it now, stop it. Regular weekly society update Barbara is asking for. Hazel says, hi, you look well. I'm sorry, I'm missing some along the way here, aren't I, as well? Thank you, Denise, that's lovely. Christine, hello. Julie, hello. saying Jacob is gorgeous. I'll bring him back. I know he's right on the beginning of the video, because I have to explain for people that are watching it later who send me messages and say, you're not answering me. It's because they're watching it 3 weeks later rather than when it was live. Liz and Tony are in the front row, everyone, which is fantastic. Zoe said she can hear me fine. Hello, Zoe. Hello, Shannon. Oh, look, there's little hearts floating across the screen. Make some hearts float across the screen. I don't know what that means. Do I get points for that? This is like your chance to return some kudos points to me. I'll show you all my leaving presents in a bit as well, because there's... it's like a menagerie over there. We'll look forward to that. Let me tell you. Susan... and let me know if I'm shouting as well. I'll try not to. Susan says, I don't know why I'm so hot. It's because I'm shy, you see, that's why. Too shy for this kind of thing. Carol said, oh, blimey, they're all going so quickly. Thank you, Brendan. I'm trying to get so I can see all of these messages, and they're all floating past, and I can't keep track of them. Chris... Hello, Chris. Chris is my friend that I used to work with in Holland when I worked for Shell years ago. And he said, what's next? Politics. Apologies for looking tired, by the way. I got home at about 6:30 this morning and didn't jump into bed until about 8 o'clock, and then vaguely woke up at 2 o'clock, and I've sort of dozed my way through the afternoon. Someone said, why can't I hear you? Let me know if you can't hear me. Kimberly says, we'll miss you, Derek. Lots of love to you and Jacob. I'll get him back in a minute. He's wandered off in the kitchen. Bubba, come on. Come on. Come and say hello. Hang on a second. I think he might be coming. He never comes. Hang on, just a moment. Come on, then. Come on, Bubba. Come on, then. Come on. Come and say hello. Look. Who's that? Who's that, Bubba? You're beautiful, aren't you? He's beautiful, little boy. Kimberly says, we'll miss you, Derek. Love to you and Jacob. And here he is, the little fella. Oh, see, that'll get all your fans. That'll get the numbers up, won't it? We got look, who's that in there? Who's that in that picture? Who's that in that picture? Is that Jacob? Okay, you're going to get down now because there's cake here. And I don't want, even gluten-free. I don't want him eating the cake. Sharon and Brendan are watching in Lostock Hall near Preston, and Sharon I used to work with years and years and years ago, even though she's 175. She's looking good on it. Love you too, Sharon. Shannon, hello. She says, I love the archway of your kitchen. Well, that's not going to be the kitchen, actually. Funny story. There's another room down that way that kind of looks like a library, that just the way the house is set out used to be the kitchen, so the kitchen is going back down there. But it does look nice, doesn't it? And if I go, oh no, that way, hang on, if I turn the camera that way a bit, you can see there are my weighing scales. I'm trying to point to them. It's not as easy as telly. There you go. My old vintage weighing scales there. Yes, so that's nice. Actually, I'll give you a better view. There you go. Less me, more kitchen. Janet, I'm going to get through all of these messages one way or another. We could be here a while, but never mind. We have 4 hours on the telly. And where's my graphics, Cliff? I don't appear to have any jewellery to sell, but there you go. Never mind. We'll see how we get on. Shirley says, so sorry to hear you're leaving TJC. Won't be the same without you. Thank you. That's very, very kind. Carol says, when will you be leaving TJC? What's the time now? 7 o'clock in the evening. It was about 19 hours ago, I'm afraid. Sorry. Oh no, was it? Well, whenever 2 o'clock in the morning this morning was, that was my last. That was my last. It is warm in here. I don't know why it's warm in here. I'm nervous, that's why. Shirley says, so sorry you're leaving TJC. Won't be the same without you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I've missed some messages here as well. Right, let's try this. I'm going to try it on the phone instead. Chris says, I've never watched before. Susie said, you got the cake back okay? Yes, I did. Luckily, they got me a great big sort of bag, and it sat in the bottom behind me in the driver's seat. It was lucky I wasn't reaching round and kind of sort of grabbing handfuls on the way back, because I was very hungry on the way home. But Christina says, good luck, Derek, I miss you already. Christina in Manchester. Do you know what? I'm going to get a fan. It's too hot in here. I don't know why. It's not even warm. One moment, please. Right, back. Air conditioning is in place. Let me know if it sounds like there's a big breeze blowing through. Chris says, got to put the kids to bed. Good to see you again. Sort of live, keep in touch. I will, Chris. Take care. Susan says, we'll really miss you. Good luck in your new adventures, says Kerry. And I just missed the comment because it's just disappeared. Now, where do I see the rest? I'm going to have to go through them on my phone in a moment. Kate says you should make this a regular slot and keep us updated with your goings-on. Yes, I will, actually. It's funny because people like Tom Daly and Jamie Oliver do things like this, not people like me. I'm just a bloke, just an ordinary man. How's Jacob, says Hazel. Well, he's absolutely fine, Hazel, thank you. I'm going to catch up now. Joanne says, looking good, like your kitchen. Regular Midnight Society update, yes, absolutely. Sarah Gray says, can you say hi to my mum, Annette? She's really sorry to see you go, and she'll miss you loads on TJC. I'm swapping this for red wine later, by the way. Just the one. Drink responsibly, one at a time. Yes, I'm not going into politics at all. Good Lord. That'd be pushing my luck somewhat, wouldn't it? Hi, Derek. We'll miss you on TJC. You were my entertainment, says Susan. Thank you. Miss you on TV. Miss you very much. Hope to see you on TV soon, says Carol. Francis says, Francis, can you hear me now? I hope you can. By the way, all you do is, I think, well, like I know, is you drop a comment into the box there. Let's see if I do it from my computer, whether that will... If I say hello, eventually it'll pop up. So you just put a comment where there should be a box underneath. We'll miss you, Derek. Love to you. And Jacob says, Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. Jean says, wishing you all the very best. Thank you for all the great shows. Hope your future is as special as you are. Bless you. Sally in Dunmo. Actually, let me know. This will be interesting, actually, because there's 59 of you on right now. We'll do this in a minute when I've caught up with the messages. And I will show you my leaving presents and everything else. And you can ask me anything you like, by the way. What I can answer, I will answer. And if I can't answer it, I'll tell you I can't answer it. Or if I choose not to, I'll just say pass. Is that all right? Sally is settled in for the long haul. She's got her Monkey 47, which is a gin. I've got a Monkey 47 bottle now, which is just a... Sorry. My phone rang there. It might, every now and again, it might just cut out, but just stick with it and it will come back. Jean says, wishing you all the very, very best for all the great shows. Hope your future is as special as you are. I've read that already. Thank you very much, Jean. That's very kind. Julie says, I think Jacob's looking for the cake. Linda says, I hope Chloe never goes. Okay, you can post what you like, honestly, about anything, but you know, I'm not here to do the channel down in any way whatsoever. I've had 7 great years there. I've loved it. I've got nothing bad to say about it. You know, I know everyone will have their opinions and everything else, and that's absolutely fine. And share those with me and everyone else watching. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not here to do anyone down. But yes, I hope Chloe never goes as well, because I love watching Chloe's shows. Right, where do we get to? Janet. Oh yes, Janet. Janet is a friend of Sally and Dumbo, and they actually got back together through my Facebook page. So she's saying thank you for bringing us back together. Carol was asking me when I was leaving TJC. I've already done it, I'm afraid. Sorry. He says hiding behind his big mug. Shirley says, so sorry you're leaving TJC, won't be the same without you. Joanne says, no one will mind if you fetch a towel for your brow. Well, I think the fan is sorting it now. Sarah says, hi Derek, we'll miss you. You could always sell us your weighing scales, says Zoe. Do you know I bought those from like one of those, I'll take some of this tea in a minute. The thing is, I've got nothing else to like lean back on. Normally I can go, right, okay, well the camera's looking at a close-up of something so I can drink some tea. I'm ready for 4 hours, if it takes 4 hours though, to be honest. I don't know if there's a time limit on this, is there? Well, we'll soon see, won't we? Sandra says, get an early night, you look tired. It's all right, I'm off tomorrow as well, actually. Have some time off before you start your new adventures. Well, this week, I am off tomorrow. I've got a couple of things to do tomorrow, but nothing too early. Wednesday, I think I am... let's have a little look at my diary, like it matters now. But I am I think I'm doing cruise filming this week. Oh, and some fashion filming for pavers, which is good, which I love doing that, with lovely Sheila, which is lovely. So we're going to do a new format for that for pavers. Anyway, we're here to talk TJC, I guess, at the moment, aren't we? Abby in Bridgend in South Wales says, oh, hang on, it's a long message. Can't believe you're leaving. I remember when you shaved just one eyebrow off. Oh, yeah. I went to trim one of my eyebrows and shaved half of it off. Good luck with wherever you go. Thank you for making me laugh over the years. We'll miss you, says Abby, with a kiss on the bottom of the Facebook Live message. Kerry says, good luck in your new adventure, and when will you be announcing your new project? That's a good question, actually. There's a good question. Question number one. When will I be announcing it? I don't know, to be honest. It won't be too long. It won't be too long at all. Next, I would say probably, where are we now? August, nearly September. I would say probably October time. Probably not more than about a month, 6 weeks away of talking about it, and then I can tell you what it is. And in the meantime, if you push me for an answer as to what it is, I'll have to just tell you we're starting a wetsuit making channel, which is not true at all, but it's my cover story for now. Christina says, good luck, Derek, I miss you already. Says Christina in Manchester. Thank you, Christina. Susan says, we'll really miss you. Right, where have I got to? Martin Emery has joined. Martin Emery, who is one of the DJs on, you know, the Peter Kay, I should go this way, shouldn't I? You know, the Peter Kay car share thing, really, really good. Well, Martin Emery, who's just joined, is one of the voices of the DJs on Forever FM. And I know both of them, actually. There's a guy called Rob Charles and Martin, who are, well, extremely even more famous than they were before they were the voices of Forever FM on that. Anyway, would you ever make a guest appearance on TJC? Would be nice to see you on there again. I guess if I ever get together my own... I've just seen another message from Sally saying, did you take the funeral flowers home? And the mochaccino machine. No, neither. In fact, I even left stuff there that I'd completely forgotten, but I'll have to get them to post that on. Right, would I ever make a guest appearance on TJC again? Yes, I'm sure down the line, maybe. Maybe I'll have my own product one day. Who knows? Who knows? Never say never. But, you know, sometimes, generally, you know, when you leave somewhere, it's kind of, you know, adios amigos, but, you know, that's twice I've left now, so let's see. Sue says, did they give you a nice leaving present? I'll show you all of my leaving presents in a moment. The weird and the wonderful. They're very nice, actually. I had some lovely cards from Georgie and gorgeous Marina, and the lovely teams as well. So it was very, very nice. Felt very loved. In fact, I've lived in a cloud of, on a cloud of love in the last 24 hours, and thank you for that. Shannon says, my mum is asking what your new job will be. She was very upset when she learned that you were leaving, says Jean in Glasgow. As I say, I'll tell you as soon as I can. I promise I will tell you as soon as I can. I'm not deliberately keeping it from you. Everyone involved in the project that I'm involved in now has signed a document to say you will not tell the world until the company is ready to tell the world. So I am sworn to secrecy. And if pushed, I just tell everybody it's a wetsuit making channel. That'd be an interesting channel, wouldn't it? Lynn says, good luck, Derek. TJC will not be the same. Love to Jacob. Thank you very much. Brendan, who is a friend of mine, and his lovely wife, Sharon. Brendan's just said, Sharon says, you're a cheeky... I'm not saying that word. There are ladies in the room, but she wouldn't have you any other way. I'm going to get over to Preston and see you hopefully soon, I promise you. Sally says, is that tea or gin? It's tea for now, I promise you. Look, see? It's the right colour for tea. It might be red wine later, depending on how long we're here for. 21 minutes so far, and there's no chance of us catching up ever, is there? There's nothing ordinary about you, Derek. You are extraordinary now. Come on, stop it. I'm red enough, just from the sun. Luckily, the makeup normally covers all of this up, but I just look very red today. Mary says, all the best for the future, Derek, Mark's TV presenter. You'll be missed, especially the Midnight Society. It's Mary Mirabelle in Bradford. Thank you, darling. So you'll be just... Are you over the... No, you're not over the Pennines, are you? You're this side of the Pennines from me, because I'm I'm sort of between Harrogate and York, and you're Bradford, aren't you? We'll have to have a cup of tea one day, won't we? We'll have to go to Betty's or something. Lynn. Aha, Lynn says, only you could make me miss Emmerdale, Derek. Isn't Emmerdale getting a bit depressing, though, a bit like EastEnders? I watched the omnibus in bed, I must admit, yesterday. I watched the omnibus of Coronation Street, and that's still got happy, chirpy moments, unless you're Steve McDonald. But Emmerdale's getting a bit angsty, isn't it? Like EastEnders was. Well, in the years, I can't even watch EastEnders. It's just too depressing for me. Francis says she can hear me now. Good, right. Lynn says she keeps losing the feed. Is anybody else losing the feed? Let me know. We've got 64 people watching, which is amazing. Thank you, everyone. Because it's that time of night where you could be doing 100 other things, and you maybe just got in from work or whatever. And here I am taking up your time. Kathy says, good luck in your new venture. You'll be missed at TJC. From Kathy, Bob and Buster in Brixham in gorgeous Devon. Angela says, good luck for the future. What's next? Ah, well, watch with interest, and I'll keep up to date, and we'll do some more of these as well. I don't know whether it would be better to do this later in the evening. I just thought, actually, if you weren't around last night for the show, which was, I didn't say anything until midnight. So midnight to 2 o'clock on a Monday morning is, most people are fast asleep. And from now, I guess I will be as well. Although, who knows? So I'll tell you what's next as soon as I can. Sally says, sorry you're leaving. Left. Sorry, Sally, left. We'll miss you. Take care of yourself and lovely Jacob. Keep us updated with your goings. I will. Linda says she's only got the sound, not the picture. Oh, now, I hope that's... can everyone else hear? I hope you can. Denise says, hope all goes well with your new venture. Please let us all know how we can catch up with you. Right, I'm just going to check the sound on my own laptop just to make sure, because if sound isn't there, then that's going to be a bit... Sorry, you're leaving. Oh, no, I can hear on my laptop, so I'm taking that most people can. Maybe just log off and back onto it, and then it'll be okay again. Please let us know when we can catch up with you, says Denise. Who was that who sent someone sent a shock across the screen there, one of those faces. Thank you for the hearts. That's lovely. I feel like Justin Bieber, all very briefly. Lynn says me tomorrow. Ooh, what does that mean, Lynn? I'm still catching up. Okay, good. People are saying they've got full sound and doodah. Good luck, we'll miss you, says Mary. Thank you, lovely Mary. Lisa says, hi, Derek. We're all here but can't hear you as our internet is playing up. Oh, can't see you either, but we are here. Grant Bradley is here as well, star of Stage and Screen, who I used to work with at AO.com. And, he's done all sorts of things as well, hasn't he? And now he's flying around the world doing wonderful, glamorous travel projects. Hello, Grant. I'm trying to go through the messages, so if I'm a mile behind, well, hello, what's new? But at least I'm not saying, here's a wonderful citrine ring. That's the bit I miss, really. I really want a slice of this cake as well. Have you seen my cake? This is the cake. I'm trying not to tip this over my own dining room table here. But it says, good luck, Derek. And it's a gluten-free cake covered in raspberries and stuff. And it's about time I had a bit of a slice, and I will in a bit. Will you be doing a lot more on Cruise First? Hope so, says Carol. I'll be doing the same amount on Cruise First, and that's all going very, very nicely as well. Remember, it's a full channel now all day long. Lynn says, me too. Previous version was the iPad. Oh, I don't know what. Grant has just sent a message saying, so we're going to work together again. Are we now? Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That would be good. Sarah says, hi, Derek. It's Sarah in Salisbury. How are you about leaving? And how's Jacob? That's a good question. Don't be making me cry now, anyone. You don't want to see that in my own living room. The dining room. Sorry, we're in the dining room. How do I feel about leaving? Oof. Tough. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm back again now. I beg your pardon. Sorry, that was me. Text messaging coming. Very funny text messaging coming. So, Sarah says, how do you feel about leaving? Don't know. Bittersweet, to be honest. I read a thing on Facebook. You know when you read these, they're like statements that are supposed to be inspirational and whatever, and you see them online all the time, like walk towards the sunset and the world will be a better place, all of those kind of things. And most of those I look at and just go, phooey. And there was one recently that said, when the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of changing, then you know it's the right time. And that went into this little brain and rattled around, and times and things were right to do something different. And at the end of the day, I can't do 65 jobs at the same time. And it's not a job, I know. TJC was not a job at all. Just walk in, you know, talk to you, lovely people, and go home again. Putting heart and soul into it. But yeah, no, I just felt it was the right time. You know, things change, people change. I promised I wouldn't leave, and now I've broken a promise, and I feel very bad for that. But that, I think, is the only regret that I've got. And you've got to look forward, haven't you? I've changed jobs. I don't know how many times, and yet 7 years at the same place on a TV channel like that, where people come and go and disappear into a puff of smoke left, right, and centre. Touch wood. I feel very lucky. So yes, and how's Jacob? Where is he? He's run away. Jacob? Where have you gone? No, stage fright, you see. Sally says, I was watching TJC earlier today. Felt very odd knowing you're not there. I know I was watching lovely Laura this afternoon, and I was just thinking, oh, I'm not going to see you in that place again. I'll see Laura again, obviously, but I'm not going to see that person in that place. But it's like when producer Kaz left, and you know other presenters have gone as well. You keep in touch with them. It's just not the same. I've got 70 people watching now. Hello everyone. If you've just joined us, by the way, if you want to drop me in a comment, it's taken me a while to catch up with them, but I will, and we'll be here as long as you like. I don't mind. Sarah says, when are you flying the Harris Hawk? It'll be in a couple of weeks, actually. It wasn't here today because it was pouring with rain. There's a guy, I'm looking that way because my garden's that way, and there's a guy who's dug up half the driveway, and he's going to put a stone wall in and whatever, and he brings his pet Harris Hawk to work, called Bomber, which I didn't want to say on telly because it's not the kind of word you want to say on telly these days, but you know, Bomber, Harris Hawk, you know, perfectly innocent. And he's going to bring his flying perch so we can fly him up and down the garden. I've fed him a chick already, and he gave me the leather glove and put a chick inside it, and you have to hold on to it really, really tight. Oh, you don't want to hear about this, do you? It's tea time. Anyway, let's move on. Susie says, what can you tell us about your future? Well, I'll just get my crystal ball. Hang on a second. I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to have 3 Porsches on the drive, and I'm going to take Philip Schofield's place on every television programme he does. I wouldn't have thought so, looking this rough, although this is without makeup. Sarah, another Sarah, says, such a shame you're leaving, Derek. It won't be the same without you. Thank you for reading my text from time to time. Sarah in Chichester. Well, thank you for sending your text, Sarah. And I'm so sorry on those nights where you've sent me a text and I haven't read it out because for one reason or another, they've come in very, very strangely in a funny order. Oh, Pam, who's just sent me a message. I am getting the messages, but I'm so far behind that I haven't got to yours yet, if that's all right. Does that make sense? So Pam in South Wales, and my mum is in as well, which you'll be able to see on the messages. I'm scrolling up them and catching. Should I catch up quite quickly? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Then I'll be more up to date. Just to say to you, if you're not watching this on Monday the 22nd at 7:30 when it's live, then obviously I won't be replying to your messages because you're watching a replay rather than when it was live, if that makes sense. Because last time I did it, quite a few people sent messages weeks afterwards saying, why aren't you replying to my messages? And it was like, because you were 3 weeks too late, unfortunately, but I couldn't say that. How old is Jacob? He's about 15 or 16. Yes, no, I didn't. Oh, Director Darren's in as well. Hello, Director Darren has joined. And lovely Jennifer Carr, that you can see there, is from our team at TJC. She's making sure I don't say anything terrible in case she needs to call the TJC lawyers. You're all right, Jen. You're safe with me, sweetheart. Please, 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 will you now show us your tattoos, says Kate. Oh, I had a conversation with somebody about tattoos on my page earlier on this afternoon. And I said, it's just a tattoo of Dolly Parton singing 9 to 5. Well, I told her that. It's not that. Hi, Derek. How will we ever cope without the Midnight Society? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do some kind of online version, won't we? We could do it, couldn't we? We could do it easily. Good luck with your new adventure, says Pam. I will miss you on TJC. You made me smile even though I was ill and I didn't feel like smiling. Take care and keep us up to date. I've had so many messages like that. Thank you so much. I've had so many messages from people who've said, you know what, you've got me through miserable times where I was watching just rubbish TV all day, all repeats and everything else, and I could come to you for a bit of a laugh and a bit of a, escape from the world. Thank you. A message from my dad as well, which says, well done, Derek, on your long stint with TJC. The many friends you've made over this year on the channel, over the years, should I say, on the channel, are a testament to your lovely character. Well, that's testament from the fact that you're my father. That's what it is. That's where my character comes from. However, it's time to move on, and I'm sure many will join me in wishing you well in the future. I expect we'll see you on the box on other channels, keeping us all amused and entertained even. Thank you, Dad. Yes, and you're right. And everyone has been so lovely. I dreaded doing last night, absolutely dreaded it. And I didn't sleep for about 3 days, which you can see in these bags under my eyes. I should have a little bit of sellotape on either side, I think. But I dreaded telling everyone, and you've all been so lovely. Liz and Tony Liz says, can you give us any clues as to what your channel will be about when it's up and running? I can't, Liz, at the moment, because it's all secrecy agreements, I'm afraid, so I can't. If you want a comedy answer, we're starting a wetsuit making channel. Hi, Kirsty from Hesel. Sally said, now seeing you in a wetsuit would be a treat. Believe you me, 1, that's never going to happen, and 2, it certainly would be far from a treat. Kirsty says, oh, poor Big Derek hasn't got any customers right now. Oh, sorry. Is Big Derek on right now? So I've usually got it on in the background, but sorry, Big Derek. Sorry. You can have TJC on in the side if you like, and if you see anything you like, just have it on mute. And if you see anything you like, you can buy it. There you go, Jenny. I'm encouraging your customers to still buy at the same time. Darren says, oh, this is Director Darren. Director Darren, I can see you saying this as well, Darren. He went, well, Del, this is news to me. I had no idea you were off. Always the last to know. That's roughly his accent as well, actually. Darren, I'm sorry. Did you see your picture was in my slideshow, though? And I'm sorry we didn't get to say ta-ra, but you know how small this industry is. I'll see you somewhere. Angie says, all the best. Sorry to see you go. Thank you, Angie. Kay says, hi, Derek. Good luck in the future. You've been a pleasure to watch, and we got my engagement ring from you, so I look at it with a smile. Cheeky chappy. Thank you very much, darling. Tracy says, love you, Derek. You brighten my day whenever you're on the telly. Good luck for your future plans. Lovely person. Such a lovely person, only deserves the best. Thank you. That's very, very kind, Tracy. Christine, hello, darling. She says, lovely just to see you at home. Can't even put TJC on today, says Christine. Well, you must go on watching it. If you enjoy the jewellery and the deals and everything else, you mustn't stop watching. There are plenty of channels out there, and we all have our favourites. I watch all the other channels as well. So even though I'm not at TJC, right, I can tell you now, because I don't work at TJC anymore. So this is what happens to me when I get home with my Sky remote. 650, go and have a look at QVC. This is on Sky, by the way. 652 TJC, 654 Gems TV, 654 Ideal World, 655 Gems TV, 669 Pavers, hoping that I'm not on it, 672 Rocks & Co, always go and look at them. Who else do I go and have a look at? 663 Hochanda, 665 Jewellery Maker. I'll go and have a look right around all of the channels while I'm on. Carol says, I'm on the red wine already. I'm drowning my sorrows because you've left. Is that your excuse, Carol? Well, I'm happy to be your excuse tonight. I've got to have a slice of this cake, by the way. Good luck for the future and God bless. Thank you, Carol. Sally says, I'm cooking the dinner while watching this. Maybe 9ish would be a good time. What, for dinner? Yeah, what are you cooking? Sounds nice. Actually, I haven't even thought about dinner, but there you go. I've got a big cake here. That I think that'll do. Big cake and a nice glass of red. That'll do me. And I'm home alone as well. So, Julie says, you were really brave last night. No tears. Were there any tears when you left the building? No, there weren't actually. There weren't. It's really bizarre actually because I'm a soppy old so-and-so. And I expected to, but I think because... One, obviously, the team have known for a little while, not that long, but a little while, apart from director Darren. Sorry, Darren. Yeah, most people knew, so we sort of talked about it outside the studio and everything. Yes, it was very emotional, but I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm doing the right thing. So actually, and I got everybody's approval on air, and that's all I wanted. All I wanted was for people to say, "Yeah, we're all right with that, Derek. We're a little bit." Upset, we're going to miss you, and da-da-da-da-da, but good luck. And that's all I really wanted to know, was that you weren't going to, not hate me, but you know what I mean. It meant a lot more than that. It wasn't just about a job. Joanne says, got full sound and picture, good. Love your garden, and Jacob, and this too. Oh, should I show you my leaving presents? Right, hang on, this might not be so easy, but... because I've actually got my phone stuck to the back of a mouse mat. Don't ask. Right, so over here, let me show you. Let me put a bit of light on the subject. Hang on a second. You might have noticed Santa already. This is my... Right, okay, so let's go from this end first of all. You'll recognise one of those because it's a gemstone artwork. Now, I'll tell you where all of these came from. So gemstone artwork came from gorgeous Maggie, who works in our customer care team. And we were talking about them when we were in the office on Friday saying goodbye. And that was emotional as well, let me tell you. And so she very kindly, she got me one and she brought it down and she said, there you go, just something to remember us by. Loads and loads of bottles. And lovely Joe bought me a lovely bottle of champagne. Amit put together a little collection of goodies for me as well, pen sets and leather wallet, and funnily enough, let me show you this. This is interesting because I don't know if you can focus on that. Come on, Darren, get your focus. But that is, you can't really see it because, is it the light? Hang on, I'll take you into the light. We're going to have a look at the garden while we're up here as well. But these are, let's see if I can get them focused. Wellow opal earrings, but they're gold earrings, which obviously I won't wear, but I love opals, as you know, so there you go. And there's my garden out there, and there's the bit that's being, oh sorry, there's a door in the way. There's the bit that's being dug up, and there's going to be a wall there, and there's a huge horse chestnut tree there, which is way too big. Anyway, here's Jacob. Say hello. Say hello. Who's this? Who's this? What's this? Oh, it's looking at something else. What's this? What's this? Say hello to everyone. Hello. I don't know why I said hello for you. Anyway, so back to the evening presents. So, opal earrings, like you do, which is very, very kind because I love opals. A big Santa. Yeah, that was one of my leaving gifts from Amit. Was a big Santa, and it's a Santa holding a pet squirrel, I think. So that'll be nice come Christmas time. Some lovely cards from the team, which are really, really nice, including a Muppets leaving card. Sorry, I don't know whether you can see this or not. Hang on, there you go. Muppets leaving card, and another one here, which says, oh, hang on. Are you reading that backwards? It says you're leaving. Oh, I'm no good with this. Sorry. If I could see both sides of my phone, that would be a bit easier. But it says, you're leaving. Where else are you going to find such a diverse bunch of likeable characters such as us? And it's all monkeys. Right, let me just plug my charger back in because I don't want to go flat on you. Right. Okay. Where were we? Right, I'm going to speed up now and go through the message. Oh, hang on. I have to trust my computer first. Right, here we go then. Janet says, hi, Derek. Hello. Get that cake done now, says Kirsty. I will do in just a second, I promise. Still just got a picture, very frustrating, says Lynn. Sorry, Lynn. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's you. I've got apparently super fast broadband, but whether it is or not is another thing. Sally said, I was very impressed that you didn't cry. I thought you would, and thank you for the birthday wishes for tomorrow. I'm hoping for jewellery. If I'm lucky, I'll let you know. Christopher West has joined us, who's one of our web gurus at TJC. Welcome. He says bonjour to you. My mum says she got an echo on the iPad. Yeah, there is an echo in the room because I'm in a big room. I think that's what it is. Are you going on any cruises this year with the Cruise TV? Says Julie. Jacob. Sorry, he's scratching at the door. Jacob. He's seen a bird. I don't know, to be honest. I don't think so this year. I don't think there's time this year, but there'll be more ship visits, absolutely. Picture is frozen and no sound, says Catherine. Oh, I hope this is working. Otherwise, this will look a bit silly, won't it? Did you go looking for a new venture or did they seek you out, says Kate. Kate, that's an interesting question. Yeah, I was sought out, I would say. Yes. I was sought out. I'll leave it at that, I think, maybe. Brenda says it's very crackly. Janet says, nights will never be the same without you. You made us laugh so many times. Love the quizzes. Said, let us know when you're going. Yes, I will. Oh, sad. Not sad. Said. Sally says, no, you haven't broken a promise. We had you for 7 years and things can't stay the same forever. You have to keep moving. Right. Okay. Now, am I reconnected? Sorry. It might be my broadband, and it might be the fact that, hang on, because I've got it running on my laptop as well. Maybe if I stop that. Right, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I think that's the only way that I know that it's working though. Right, okay, we all right now? We all reconnected? Fingers crossed. Jenny says, the thing is, you'll be able to watch this back one day and go, that was good. That was a good little meeting. Jenny says, so sorry you're leaving. I just hope everything is good good for you. I'm going to move this closer because I can't see. My poor old eyesight. Sorry. You're going to have to see a bit more of me. So sorry you're leaving. I'm just hope everything is good for you. You'll be missed by so many. Thanks for everything, says Jenny in Lincolnshire, who sent me a puppy tie. I remember the one. Was it the green and yellow one? Mum says she was going to ask about the hawk. Well, there you go. It's like I'm a mind reader. Pam says, I'm sent several messages. Are you getting them? Yeah, well, I've just got to it now. Hope you're well. I'll personally miss you on TJC. Your laughter has got me through several darker moments, even though I was never mentioned on TJC's Midnight Society. Oh. Ooh. Now, were you sending it to the right number? Because I've got your message loud and clear here. Derek, like Linda, my picture is frozen and I have no sound. Well, I'm hoping that sorts itself out. Hello, lovely Jenny. Sorry, I've just got to your message. Thank you. Tracy says, hi, Derek, I'm going to miss you so much. Do you remember my candle holder you sent me? Says Tracy in Wickford. Yes, I do. The one on the long chains from one of the shows where we gave things away. Kirsty says, argan oil, working wonders. Well, I know I look rough today, but hey, I was on the nights last night. Good luck, Derek, says Melanie. Susie says, is Colin, the MD, still at TJC? No, he's not been the MD at TJC since the end of January, and it was all on the internet and everything else. But he's the MD of a channel called Jewellery Maker now, which used to belong to the Genuine Gemstone Company, so part of the Gems TV family of channels, and now it belongs to another company, and Colin is the MD of that channel. Christopher says, if you were hosting a dinner party, which 5 random people from history would you have as guests and what meal would you prepare? That's an interesting one. Thank you for that. Do you know what? I'm at the dining table now, funnily enough. I would love Alison Moyet to be here. Can I do it one at a time? See, I like to entertain people one at a time. I don't know what I would cook. I don't think it would matter. I just think we'd get through copious bottles of wine, to be honest with you, but it would be Alison Moyet. But thank you. Hello, Tom Miller as well, who is here. Am I saying congratulations now, Tom, or soon, for being a married man, who I used to work with at AO.com. I think he used to be behind a camera, or is still behind a camera, you're at Liverpool Football Club, I believe. See, nothing passes me. Janet says, you will have to do more live videos so we can get our fix of you. Thank you, Janet. Or I might do, actually. We'll miss you, even though I don't understand why you would leave a job with the people you love. Best wishes to Sandra. Yeah, no, I understand that, Sandra, completely and utterly. But I think sometimes you just got to do it, haven't you? I'm quite risk averse, actually. I'm quite safe. When I've got a job, I'm like, right, okay, that's it. I'm not changing. I hate change. I'm really bad at it. But as I say, going back to something that I saw, sorry, I was reading something. Going back to something I saw, Lorraine Davis, love you. Lorraine Hale, should I say, love you. I'm sorry if you lost the connection, by the way, but everybody's back, I think. What was I saying? Who was I saying it to? Hang on a second. Lorraine, you distracted me. I'm back to you in a second. Why would you leave a job with the people you love? Right, okay. Yes, love the people. Absolutely love the people. And actually, you only realise that completely and utterly when you know you're not going to be there anymore. But you've got to move on, haven't you? You've got to change jobs. And I think so many people, and I had in my mind that, oh my word, I'm so lucky. I am so lucky, and I'll never forget how lucky I am. Jacob, seen a blackbird, that's why. Jacob, trying to get out the door. Jacob. It's one of the blackbirds. I call them thieves because they come out of a bush and they come and pick up a worm and they run away with it like they're a burglar. They are funny. Come on. Come on. What was I saying? So easily distracted. You can imagine me at school, can't you? I was exactly like this. Where was I? Hang on. Let me remind myself. Who was I talking to? Sandra. Why would you leave people you love? Yes, right. So I've said you don't really realise the value completely and utterly of the people around you until you know you're not going to be there anymore. While you're doing the job, you're just in the thick of it. But 7 years is a long time to do a channel like that. I mean, I know people have done it, 15, 20 years, and they'll be carried out in a box. Some of them. I don't mean TJC. I just mean generally. And there are other people that come and go. And I'm just another bloke at another channel. Although, obviously it means a lot more to all of us. It took a lot to get there, put it that way, Sandra. So as much as I love the people, it had to happen. One way or the other, it had to happen. But I understand. Lorraine Davis, who I've known since I was just a wee, smaller, even cheekier little boy years and years and years ago. We shared many an evening, laughing far too much than we ever should have done. Love you lots, Lorraine. She's one of my friends from childhood, and it's about time we caught up. In fact, I'm going to be in Kent. I don't know quite when, but maybe in the next couple of weeks, and I'll drop you a message. Sally says, having to keep quiet about it yesterday was so hard. It must have been hell for you. I can't believe I was in the right place, wrong time, but I'd been expecting it for a while. Yeah, what she means by that is, you know that little, I posted it earlier, this little, like a slideshow thing with music. Sorry that the music's a bit, bit full on, but it looked good. And you can do this thing on Facebook Messenger, on Facebook pages, where you can schedule a post to come up later. So you can say, right, okay, I'm posting this and writing the post now, but I don't want it to post until a certain time. Well, because this video was so big, it just posted immediately at like 3 in the morning, I think it was. And I hadn't realised until Sally sent me a message saying, are you trying to tell us something? And so I quickly took it off again and said, oh, you wouldn't mind keeping that to yourself, would you, until tonight? Anyway, but there you go. Such is life. Dave Turley is with us. Dave Turley and producer Georgie is with us as well. Dave Turley, who I've worked with on and off for many, many years, another superstar of radio, who's all over the place now in the Lake District and Southport Way again, where I used to be on the radio in Southport before all of this telly stuff came along. Your TV shopping habit is just like mine, says Sally. Producer Georgie, sorry, I'm so sorry, Georgie. Georgie signed off her card saying, "You're producer Georgie," and I knew exactly what you were saying. And of course, you're a great friend, quite apart from being a wonderful producer and a wonderful presenter and a fantastic singer. If you ever get the chance to see our Georgie singing, let me never ever call you again producer Georgie, because she's so much more than that. She's a fantastic presenter as well. I love watching her. She's just gorgeous. We have a lot of gorgeous presenters at TJC, or should I say there are a lot of gorgeous presenters at TJC. It's not really for me to say we anymore, is it? Liz says, Linda, I went out and went back in again. Good, right. Okay, so Julie next. Miss you, Mr. Marks. You're a professional gent that's going to do well wherever you go next. They are going to be lucky to have you. I should put my glasses on, I really can't see what I'm reading. It's upsetting when you see presenters leave. It is. It's just as upsetting for us, especially when presenters leave just leave, like just disappear. Like, I hate that. The whole reason why. Oh, actually, no, I won't go there. Wherever you go next, they're going to be lucky to have you. It's upsetting when you see presenters leave. Colin's now on Jewelry Maker. Ellis is now on Gemporia, etc. Yeah, indeed. We do move around, though. We do move around from time to time. I mean, Jim, who is on Gemporia. Can you just excuse me one second? That fan is now making me cold, would you believe? Hang on a sec. Just a moment, please. Let's grab a gorgeous cat. Oh, no, it's run away. Oh, come say hello. Sorry, back again. Yeah, so Jim, who is on Gemporia right now, who I see forever, he seems to always be there, used to be at TJC as well, years and years and years ago, as did many other people. Lee Clark, for instance, who's dotted here, there and absolutely everywhere. It was Susie I was talking to earlier about my tattoo, and I told her it was Dolly Parton singing 9 to 5. It's not really. I'm only joking. I might show you later. Party at yours then with all that drink, says Sally. Yeah, maybe. Audrey says, we'll miss you, Derek. Georgie, thank you for the kisses. Linda says, Linda's having problems getting through. But I don't know why that is, actually. It might be your own broadband. It might be my dodgy broadband. I don't know. Derek, when will you be holidaying in the Norfolk Broads? Middle of September, I think it is. I can't actually see my diary at the moment because it's not working. So I don't know whether that's my internet or whatever, or because I'm doing this and it's taking up so much broadband width. Yeah, middle of September. Now you have left, can we see your tattoo, please, says Carol. What is this thing with my tattoo? It's just a tattoo. I might show you later before I go, when I've swapped the tea for wine, which is now cold. Tara from the office. Hello, my darling. Tara has joined. So Tara Hundle that you see there, I think she does the kind of Facebook Live. It's your team that does the Facebook Live and looks after the customers for the open events and organises all the marketing and all of that, and the promo team. And I've been in a lot of promos. Actually, quite a few of you had sent me messages in the last few weeks saying, you're not in any promos at the moment. Is there any reason for that? I'm kind of like, well, I'm not there very often at the moment. There were big gaps between me going because I've been doing other things. Sarah says, this is Sarah in Salisbury, isn't it, I think? I hope I've got the right Sarah. Says, I thought you don't like talking about Christmas yet. I'll just show a couple of Christmas decorations in your living room next to your leaving present. No, that was part of my leaving present, was that Santa. I don't have it up. I don't have it up there all the time. Daniel's joined us, who I will see later this week. who's a very good friend of mine, quite apart from the fact that he is the producer of the cruise programmes and the shoes programmes and everything else. He's been filming shoes today. Liz says, oh, sorry. Oh, right, okay. So Liz and Linda are talking to each other and sorting out, I think, what they can and can't see. Jean says, will you hang amethyst in this garden? Because I did in the garden in Chorley. I had some amethyst hanging in the garden. And I don't think it came to this garden, actually. I might do. You never know. Paul K. Uncle Paul is watching as well. Hello, Paul. Paul I've worked with many, many times over the years. Yes, miss seeing your face, sir. It's about time we had a chat, isn't it? I owe you a phone call. Remind me. Hope you're well. Victoria says, I didn't know you were leaving. Best of luck in your new ventures. Thank you, Victoria. June says, good luck, Derek. You had me in floods of tears. Sorry, I'm not laughing. Oh, well, looking forward to seeing you in the future. Yeah, I'm sorry to anyone that I made cry last night. I'm so sorry. And I didn't even shed a tear myself. But I was very emotional. But I was just thought, hold it together. Just hold it together. And then Marina came in and I thought, no, don't make me cry. The cake is still here. Is this job nearer for you? Oh, that's an interesting question. This is like Guess Who, isn't it, this? Marginally. That's all I can say. Marginally. I'll miss the Midnight Society, says Kay. Christine says, what's happened to Chris? To be honest with you, I don't honestly know. I'll tell you what I've heard is that he's having some time off during the summer because it's the school summer holidays, and of course he has children, so I think he's taking some time out to spend with those. It is all I know, of course. Whatever else he might or might not be doing, of course, is down to him. But that's all I know. Gail, you're very sweet. She says TJC has lost its brightest gem. Bless you. Andrea McLean has joined us. Hello, lovely Andrea. I may be way behind, by the way, with messages. So if I've only just noticed and you've been there for ages, sorry. Andrea, lovely Andrea. I believe you recorded a video message, but they couldn't get it on the telly in time. So thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I haven't seen it, but I appreciate that. Thank you for your kind message as well the other day. Georgie says, thank you, Derek. You're too kind. Well, you know what? Superstar. You watch that star soar far beyond anything we can imagine. Here, Gail says, Susan, Lynn has got sound and picture now, which is brilliant. Joanne says, you're either drinking a cold tea or coffee. Go and get a proper drink. Do you know what? That's a good idea, isn't it? Right, let me catch up with messages, and as soon as I do that, I'll get a glass of red. Wendy says, Derek, it's breaking me up that you're leaving TJC. I'll miss you very much. Hope you're still on Twitter. Yeah, I'm not. I'll stay on here, on Twitter and everything. Says Wendy. She said, I used to live in Huddersfield. I remember with your friend Margaret. Well, you didn't live with her, but excuse me, we used to talk about your friend Margaret. And you now live in Alsager, which I know really well because I nearly moved to Alsager a few years ago. I nearly moved everywhere, you see. I'm averse to change, and yet I've changed so many times. She said, good luck for the future. Thank you, darling. Angela. Oh, I've nearly caught up. Whew. Angela has sent me a picture of a cat and some hearts. Thank you. Janet says, thank you, Derek. Must go get my dinner now. Hope to catch up with you soon. And Brenda says, have a wonderful future. Best of luck. Right, now I'm caught up. I'm not going anywhere, by the way. I'm just gonna go and swap what is now, you're absolutely right, a very cold cup of tea for a glass of red wine. But I'm not going to log off, so just stay right where you are, and I'll be back in 20 seconds. That wasn't an expensive one because it was the first one that I grabbed. Here's my wine recommendation for this evening. It's called Primavito di Puglia. There you go. That's tonight's That's tonight. I've just got a little one. Only because I could be sitting here for some time. Who knows? Right. Okay. Now, any questions you've got, send them through. Verity says, always loved you and Ruth Lynette, the Amazonian goddess, on Gems. Yeah, it was a long, long time ago, that was. Yeah, I used to have lots and lots of fun with Ruth. We were great mates. Lovely, 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 lovely lady. Hello, Tracy. I can't see. Is that the Tracy Davis? Is that Tracy that I know, or is that Tracy? Or are there two people that I know called Tracy Davis? I used to work with somebody called Tracy Davis in BT years ago. Christopher. Chris says, "Let's all hide." Why are you hiding? Doreen says, "Merry Christmas." Oh, have you just seen the Chris? Oh, there's some people watching this from the beginning. I don't know. Julie says, "Thank you for doing this tonight. Hope we get many more of these. It's made leaving TJC a bit more bearable." Yeah, well, we can talk about anything you like, pretty much, right now, which is good. One day you'll be on primetime telly, says Sally. I doubt it. Much better than the current offering. There must be something, mustn't there? There must be like a late night talk format. I mean, I obviously couldn't do this, but I'm going to drink this responsibly, by the way, just one at a time. Kirsty says, a little one. Yeah, absolutely. Jennifer says, "I'm going to miss you presenting at TJC." Thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to miss presenting at TJC. I'm not sure anywhere else that I'm going to be able to do quite the same kind of thing in the future, unless I stick a small studio in my house somewhere and do it without jewellery or any item numbers on the screen. Shannon says, have a drink for me as well. Tracy says, "I only wish." I don't know what that means. Sabrina says, "Hi Derek, I'm sad that you've left TJC, but if you are still on Twitter and Facebook, it's good that you will still be around. Thanks for the laughs." Thank you for being there. Well, it's not a laugh unless any of you are there. Listening to you on here, it would seem that your world is quite small, with people moving from channel to channel. It is, you know, because there are a lot of presenters. Oh, hang on, presenters. But there aren't many presenters who do what we do, because it's completely and utterly different. Because, do you mind if I have a bit of cake as well? Because let me just show you the cake. This is my lovely good luck cake that Joe very nicely decorated, and it's gluten free as well, and it's got lovely raspberries on the outside. And you know what? It's fruit, so it's got to be eaten. It's been in the fridge all day, so I'm going to have a little bit of it in a minute. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's quite a lot of presenters out there, but not so many presenters that can do the whole. Shopping telly is completely different presenting, because it's all about thinking on your feet. It's all about saying the right thing at the right time, at the same time as listening to 3 or 4 people in your ear, which, you know, some presenters do. You know, the likes of Philip and Holly and everything else. They have all of that. That huge cake, and look at the tiny slice that I just did. That's no good, is it, really? I'm going to make a mess with this, I just know it. Anyway, so Philip and Holly have to deal with talkback, you know, people talking in your ear and everything else, but most of what they're doing is, to a degree, looked after by many, many people. With us, you go in, the cameras switch on, and you have 4 hours, and it's pretty much down to you. And of course the wonderful team in your ear, who are mostly saying naughty things that you can't repeat, which is fun. But mostly they are keeping you where you need to be and being very, very lovely. So yeah, people do move from channel to channel. Yeah, the wine is very nice, Verity. Thank you very much. Yes, I'd give that a 10 out of 10. I think it came from Marks and Sparks. I don't know. I'm not the wine buyer of the house. But there you go. Make a note of that. Primavito di Puglia. In fact, there'll only be one glass of that consumed this evening. Janet says, "Cheers, I'm going to have a G&T with you." Cheers, Derek says, Barbara. Joe says, "I've never heard of you, pal." That's all right, that's fine. I was just a bloke on a shopping channel. Angela says, I used to work for BT a long time ago, doing 192 in Cheltenham. What did you used to do? I used to work in a department that handled orders for computers. I used to run the help desk for that department, and then I moved on and did IT support, although I hadn't a clue. I swore then. I won't swear, I promise. I didn't have a clue what I was talking about. It was just a case of keep doing the same thing over and over and again. Yeah, turn it off and back on again, and then call me back in 5 minutes, and hopefully somebody else will answer the call if it's any more detailed than that. So I used to do that kind of thing, in a nutshell. A studio in a cupboard, says Sally. I already have a studio in a cupboard, you know, because I do voiceovers as well. That's in a walk-in wardrobe. Jennifer Tuff. I hope that's pronounced correctly. Is it Toff or Tuff? Says, it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to have a drink with you. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow, Jennifer. Happy birthday, and cheers to Sally as well, because it's your birthday tomorrow. And I know lovely Jane in Crawley, if you're watching this, because this will give you something else now to watch for the ironing pile, won't it, if you're not here with us live. Are you here with us live, Jane, or not? I don't know if you are. I know a couple of people said they couldn't make it. We've still got 56 in, though, haven't we, which is pretty good. Thank you. There's little hearts flying across the screen. One at a time, but there are 6 big ones in a bottle, says Carol. Okay, well, I'll bear that in mind. Would you ever consider going on Come Dancing? Oh, Strictly, you mean? You'd look good in sequins. Or I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Well, I'm not a celebrity, see, that's the point. I might be to you, but, you know, the people do complain, don't they, that these celebrity programmes, half the people you wouldn't know if you fell over them in the street. Imagine if I went on there, there'd be a few people who go, I think I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yeah, he's the man that used to present car polish years ago. There'd be a few people, but not enough to, you know, people would essentially go, yeah, right, who's he? Strictly, I wouldn't mind actually. I bet you lose a lot of weight doing Strictly Come Dancing, couldn't you? So yeah, I would do it for fitness sake. I would definitely do it. Shannon, should I say, says, Derek, do you remember the Dauphinoise potato conversation I started on the Midnight Society? Me and my mum having a wee chuckle about it now. I don't remember that particular conversation, I must admit, but I remember the bread sauce conversation. Georgie will remember the bread sauce conversation as well, because that went on and on and on and on and on. And still I haven't tried it, by the way. I'm not sure if I've got a packet to make it. I could do it live, couldn't I? No. That's not going to happen, I don't think. I don't think I've got any anyway. Tracy. Well, of course you know me as well. I know all of you, don't I? But there is a Tracy that I've worked with years and years and years ago. But you're still the Tracy I know, Tracy. Sarah, is it Toga? Sarah, yeah, the pronunciation of your surname. She's one of our producers at TJC. She produced my show on Friday on TJC Choice, which was making us all tear our hair out slowly but surely. But we did do 2 hours of jewellery at cost or below, and it was flying out of the door. I should get a fork for this cake, shouldn't I, really? Sally says wine is made from fruit, so that counts. Oh, so is this one of my 5 a day then? It's a rather large 5 a day, isn't it? But there'll only be one of them. I'm really not going to end my career by being drunk at home on the internet. That's not going to happen. I've had plenty to eat, don't worry. And I'm not a lightweight. Liz says, so glad you've got your sound and picture back. Oh, good, marvellous. Oh, she's talking to Linda. Right, okay, makes sense. Charlene says, hello, Derek. Lovely, Derek. It's Charlene from Blackburn, but I now live in Heysham in Morecambe. If you're ever presenter at the Bay Radio again, please let me know, and then I can come and see you. My jewellery box is full because of you. Thank you so much. You're so lovely, and will do well at whatever you do. Wishing you the very best. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much, Charlene. And I wish you well in Heysham. You're going to have easier traffic, aren't you, soon as the old link road is, the Bay Gateway is open. David says, in fact, David, let me just go and get a fork and I'll come back and read yours. Hang on a second. I'm not logging off. I'm just going for a fork. one of these, just in case anyone thought, what did he just say? Fork. Right, David says, I don't know how you did your job so well without swearing. I know there would have been times when I'd have blurted a few out. Yeah, well, I don't swear a lot naturally anyway, actually, so I think when you're on telly... Oh, that's good. Oh, I might need a break for half an hour. Do excuse me for a second. This is really interesting. This is like the best telly you could ever wish to watch, me eating. That's gorgeous. Anyway, when you're on telly, David, chocolate and red wine. That's not going to work, is it? When you're on telly, your brain naturally kicks into a different gear. I have sworn accidentally, but it's because I've mixed one word with another, and it ended up being a naughty word. But it was on the same channel. It was years and years and years ago. And 3 presenters did it in the same day. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that, because if you were there, it was a moment in time. Julie says, do you do much cooking in that lovely kitchen of yours? Well, you know when I said earlier that I wasn't the wine buyer of the house. I do cook. I have a couple of speciality dishes. I do quite a nice sausage casserole with apples and onions and all kinds of other bits and pieces in it. What's the other one that I'm very good at? I'm very good at black banana cake as well. You know when bananas have gone so far past that they're black? I'm quite good at making a cake out of those, thanks to Nigel Slater. I watch a lot of cooking programmes, but, you know, when you've got nails like these, you need to be very careful what you do. Not too much, you know, manual labour. Janet says, what was the name of that pendant pig bear or something so funny? It was cow pig. And if you go to my website, you'll see the cow pig video. Yeah, Carol says that, yeah, the best moment on TJC was the cow pig. Anne says, hi Derek, so nice to see you live. And Jacob, I should apologise as well. I should apologise. There's lots of people. I'm keeping lots of people from Derek Gibbons and his show tonight. Julie says, you're making me feel hungry with that cake of yours. Can you get the recipe and post it here? Well, no, I can't. It's a gluten-free cake as well. Lovely, beautifully decorated by Jojo last night, which is good. Derek, you should do one last mini show right now and do a slice of cake auction for all your beloved customers. I'd rather eat the cake actually than sell the cake, to be honest with you. Right, so any other questions then? Because I realise now it's that time of night when people want to do other bits and pieces, I think, probably. And I don't want to keep you up all night. Keep you not up all night, but here all night. Sarah says, I've got a cow pig on my keyring. Have you? Sarah, would you go and get it and take a picture of it and put it on my page? Because I haven't seen one for years. I've never had one. On that auction, on the actual video, 11 of them sold. And then they disappeared into a black hole. And we've never been able to get them back since. Possibly because they're a reject in the first place. Who knows? I mean, that's just a vicious rumour. It made for a very, very... Chocolate and red wine is the best, especially in liquid form, says Yvonne. What, the chocolate? Can you mix the two together? That doesn't sound like a good combination, really, does it? I don't think. Just a moment. Sorry, we paused then, I think, because of my broadband. Is everyone all right? Is everyone back? Yeah, we're back up to 56. That's good. That's good. So, what else should we talk about? I've shown you my leaving presents. We've seen Jacob. It's getting darker in here, isn't it? I'll put some lights on in a minute. Chocolate and red wine would be very, very nice. Thank you for lovely messages as well. I've got an email here from lovely Irene. That's so lovely. Thank you, Irene. If you're watching, I don't know if you're watching this right now, but you just sent me an email. Thank you. Don't worry about Derek Gibbons. He's just sold 388 earring book holders. Oh, I remember those. Yeah, like pages and pages of like a leatherette book that you put your thingy in. You still haven't shown us your tattoo. Okay, right, this is the moment. Get ready to see Dolly Parton singing 9 to 5. Gary Blackman's just joined. Gary is one of the producers at TJC as well, who produces over on TJC Choice with Caroline. And, we had some funny times, some funny times. When we used to present in the Scout Hut, Gary's directed and produced and done all sorts. Hello, Gary. Susan says, who looks after Jacob when you go on holiday? Combination of my other half, and we have people who are around who can call in, which is good. So we sort of manage okay, always managed okay, one way or the other, haven't we? Want to say hello? I'll just go and get him. Hang on a second. Back in a moment. Right, come and speak to your audience. I'll stick that in my ear. Have a look at them. There you go. There they are. Who's that, Jacob? There they are. So he's well looked after, aren't you? Bless his little heart. Who's that? Oh, have you seen yourself? Who's that, Jacob? Who's that? Who's that, Baba? You're beautiful, aren't you? Aren't you beautiful? You tickle your tummy. Beautiful. So, yeah, combination of different people, Susan, and we've always managed pretty much okay. Marks and Sparks do it, says Yvonne. Oh, do they? Right, okay, I'll have a little look, actually. Missed your leaving presents because the screen froze then, says Jean. All right, I'll show you again in a moment. Hi, Derek. What is your best jewellery item that you've auctioned? That's an interesting one. I'll be honest, I don't think it was. For me, I can give you a TJC one, but the ultimate... Hello. Do you want to go off? You've seen the cake. That's what it is. You've seen the cake, haven't you? He's like, I'll have a little look at that. Come on. Oh, I'm going to put you down there. Oh, best auction jewellery I've ever auctioned. I'm trying to think of a TJC one. I think that big diamond battleship ring, you know, the one that just splays out in all ways. It's just huge. I love that one. But my favourite one ever actually was a Gems TV one, which was a 2-carat yellow diamond 2 days before Christmas. And I've told you about it 1,000 times. And it was something like £5,000. And I'm sat there, one of my last auctions, and I was ready to go off, I think for my Christmas break. And I thought, nobody's got £5,000 on the 23rd of December. And bang, it sold straight away, and I was thrilled. And I've never been back in touch with that person. I'd love to, I really would. I'll show you the leaving presents in a moment. So thank you, Deborah, for that question. Good question, I like it. Gary says, drum roll, and I'm going to miss you. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, blimey, we've laughed far too much. And Gary's got a very, very infectious laugh as well. So once he starts, I can hear you laughing now. Julie says, I'd love to look after Jacob. If you ever need a cat sitter, he's beautiful. Thank you, Julie. Kate says, where is your other half tonight? I think an introduction is needed. Oh, blimey. As far away as possible. London, I think. I'm not sure. Sally says, what's the worst thing you've ever presented? Okay, right. Well, I'm not going to say a TJC one. I think probably the worst thing I have ever presented. What's the worst thing I've ever presented? Probably just because men are no good at talking about these kind of things, really. Slimming pants. Because, to be honest with you, right, okay, here's something I really shouldn't tell you right now. But, so these things that we sold, and they were the early versions of them, They went from just above the knee to just under the bust, pointing like I've got a bust, and I haven't. Well, I don't know. There's a nice one coming on, but, you know, so top of the knee to the top of the bust is like one long tube, right? Okay. And I'm afraid all the way through selling it or talking about it, because I don't sell, I just talk about stuff. In my head, I don't sell. All I can think is, what happens when you need to spend a penny? I've just got visions of people trying to get the damn thing down. Right, so I'm thinking, right, okay, so you pull them down. But then I'm thinking, I'm sorry, I'm just going to be a bit delicate here. But then I'm thinking, right, okay, but if you're sitting down to spend a penny, and I'm only talking number ones here, your legs cannot be together. Okay, right. So I've got that in my head all the time, right? Let's move on. So that'd probably be one of the worst things. Gary says cowpig, yeah. Actually, Gary was there for cowpig. Completely and utterly. It was funny. Someone has one. Someone who is on this, Gary, now, has actually got one, and he's going to take a picture and put it on my Facebook page, because they've got one on their keyring. That's got to be one of only about 20 people in the world, or even less than that, who've got that. Well, not in the world. There's some barrel where someone hasn't quite got down to the shavings at the bottom of the barrel, where there are some cow pigs down there. Anne says he loves cake like Marina. Do you know what? I'm not a big cake eater, but this cake is super, super nice. I mean, I won't be able to eat it all tonight, but it is gluten-free, and Joe did decorate it beautifully. And he just reminded me to eat some more. I'm just going to put another light on. Hang on. Sorry, that's better. I haven't got a lighting technician here, you see. I'll have to do it all myself here. Anne says, I've got addicted to argan oil. Thanks to you, says Annie. Oh, that's Annie and Neath, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do earlier. Right, hang on. Hang fire, everyone. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on air? Oh, crikey. Well, there are so many every day, it's untrue. Most embarrassing thing that's ever happened on air. Probably cowpig. I mean, it's the funniest, but it's also quite embarrassing as well at the same time, because it's kind of like, really, that's not how to present. Most embarrassing thing. I don't know, actually. It's usually other people that embarrass me, not myself. My favourite piece, says Steph, that I bought from you. Sorry, my favourite piece that I bought was the piece that you saw through all the way. Might need to explain that, Steph. Anne says, I meant Jacob. Anne, what did you say? Addicted to argan oil, thanks to you. Oh, he loves cake like Marina. You're talking about Jacob, right? Okay, I've got it now. Doesn't do with argan oil. You been on the argan oil, Jacob? Hope not. Mind you, give you a glossy coat, won't it? Kate said, you'll see a cowpig on Antiques Roadshow soon. Yeah, you never know. Your moment with the memory foam pillow was a classic. Oh yeah, the pillow one was very, very good, actually. If you haven't seen that, just go to my website, derekmarks.co.uk, look at the videos, and I think it's called Memory Foam Pillow. I'll let you go and what? I won't explain, but it's worth seeing. It is very, very funny. Unfortunately, there was a lovely director called Julie in my ear, who is a brilliant director, and she was trying so hard not to laugh, but every time she said a camera number, so when the directors are changing a shot, they'll say 2 next on 2, which will be camera 2, and then in vision and all of that kind of stuff, which is why I say it quite a lot, because they say it in my ear, so I say it out loud quite a lot. So you know what that means now. When they say in vision, that means hello. And every time she tried to say one of those, there was such a laugh in her voice, and she was trying so hard not to, that it made me laugh even more. It was silly. Florence says, where are you going? Right now, absolutely nowhere. I'm here with you. In terms of work, a new project which I can't tell you about yet, but I should be able to tell you about in the next 6-8 weeks-ish, possibly. Don't know. I was going to say, oh yeah, here's what I was going to say. Excuse me, wind, that's the cake. I want you now, all of you, if you're members of the Midnight Society, just so that everyone knows everyone else, just put me a little message and tell me, like, when you text in, or when you have texted in the past and said, right, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, can you put that on a message right now, just so that everybody else knows who is in right now? Because I know Liz and Tony are in, Sarah from Salisbury is in. Sally says, is it a brand new channel? Yes, it's not there. It's not there now at all. It's a new thing. Sarah says it's about time Jacob had a brother or a sister or both. If you know cats, then you know that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I'm afraid he's got a little bit used to exclusivity, because you know that dogs have owners and cats have servants. That's very true. Leave the cake alone now, Derek. Right, okay, so here is everyone. So just so that you can all see, if you look at the comments below now, everyone is telling you who they are and where they are, as they would be in the Midnight Society. So, Sally Anderson, Sally from Dunmow. Angie from Cheltenham, is Angela there? Barb, you're in Manchester, Barb, aren't you? Jean, should I say, from Canterbury. Susan from Kings Lynn. Mary Mirabel in Bradford. Tracy in Metheringham. Kirsty in Hesel. Sarah in Chichester. Oh, Sarah says she's got 4 cats. 4 cats! That's a handful, isn't it? Do they all behave? Janet from Telford. Anne in Ipswich. Kirsty, you're in Hesel, aren't you? Julie from Birmingham. Just so you know. Just so you know. I think it's quite interesting. Sarah's in Holmfirth. That's where Last of the Summer Wine... Everyone says that, don't they? That's where Last of the Summer Wine was based, wasn't it? That's where the shop is and everything. You can still go there now. There's coach loads coming in every day. Lynn's in Norwich. I'm staying in Norwich, actually, next month. I'm going to stay somewhere in Norwich a couple of nights before going on the little boat cruiser around the Norfolk Broads. I'm so looking forward to that. I'll take my phone with me, obviously. Not sure if I'll be able to do any live video from there, because I will be El Capitan, you see. Carolyn Flincher in North Wales. What? Chris just says, I've got 100 cats. Well, my mum does. 100 cats? Right, so it's a cattery, or it's a cat rescue. It's got to be, isn't it? You haven't got 100 cats walking around a house. That just can't be. If it is, I'm getting hold of a documentary team immediately, and I'm on my way around. Irene in Warrington. Sarah in Foston-on-the-Wolds. Ah, lovely Nick Davis has joined us as well. Hello, Nick. Chris, has your mum really got 100 cats? It's got to be a sanctuary or that kind of thing, hasn't it? Or it's a cattery. It's a big cattery if it's got 100 cats in it. Pat from Coventry, mother of Kay, who had her engagement ring from you, Derek. Oh, yeah, that name sounds familiar as well. Are you visiting beautiful Kirkcudbright again, says Tracy. I haven't been to Kirkcudbright for ages, actually. You know, we've got family in Dumfries and Galloway on the southwest coast in Port William. Not Fort William, Port William. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll be passing soon. The cat whose owner we found and returned still wants to move in, and she keeps coming back. Our old lady is not impressed. No, well, cats are very territorial, isn't it? Once they've got their space, that's absolutely it, isn't it? They're not letting anybody else in on their turf. Cattery. Christopher's mum has got a cat, not a category, but a cattery. That's wonderful. I'd love to. Maybe that's maybe that could be a new venture, couldn't it? Maybe forget all of this shopping channel stuff. I'm going to start a cattery. I know someone that won't be impressed about that, though. Yeah. not impressed at the thought of that. You're here to look after me, no one else, he says. Yes, maybe, Lynn, actually, maybe. Oh, Chris is in sunny Surrey. Is that where the cattery is? Oh, I love catteries. They're wonderful. Mary Mirabelle, she says, need to go. Cup of tea would be nice. Take care. Yeah, if I'm ever over that way, I'll give you a shout, Mirabelle. Completely and utterly. Liz and Tony on the Wirral says, Derek, have you made anything from the Marmite recipe book? Or is it just plonked on the bookshelf like mine? See, I love Marmite. But to be honest, I haven't been brave enough yet to do that. Shirley in Wakefield is here. So if you haven't done it yet, put in the comments down there who you are and where you're from, in the same way as you would if you were texting into the studio when I was there. Because then everyone else will know. Everyone will recognise everyone's name, as we used to read them on the Midnight Society. So Shirley in Wakefield is there. Pat in Leeds is there. She's got 2 cats, and they're brothers, and they're always fighting. Julie says, if you start a cattery, can I come and work for you? You wouldn't go out, would you? You wouldn't do anything. I mean, it's not like if you have a... I was going to say a doggery then, but that's not the word, is it? What do you call them? Kennels. Cattery, doggery? No. Kennels. If you have kennels, you can go out and walk them and everything else. But with a cattery, you're just walking up and down and visiting them, aren't you? You'd never go out. You'd never go out, would you? Gary says, and Gary's one of our producers at TJC. Might stop saying our producers. You're not there anymore now. You're outcast, Derek. One of the producers at TJC says your Posh Barn version looks very, very nice. By the way, all the home moving chats have paid off for you. Yes, absolutely. Kirsty says Snowflake is very spoilt. That's her cat. Valerie in Great Yarmouth. See, when I just say this, everyone knows now, don't they? Liz and Tony are with us as well. No. No, it's not the wine speaking at all. That's only a quarter of a glass. It's not that. That's my silly brain. Lorraine in March, you see, is there. Sally says, I've got another bag of Marmite popcorn if you want. Can I be honest? It was Joe and Seth's popcorn, which I love. I love theirs, but Marmite and caramel doesn't work. Just doesn't work. I'd send that straight back to the drawing board. Marmite and Marmite, just keep piling on the Marmite onto popcorn. That's fine. Marmite an inch thick round every piece of popcorn, not a problem. Marmite and caramel, does not work. Marmite and cheese. Now Janet's got the right idea. Then, yeah, I could go and make a Marmite and cheese sandwich right now. Nice big slices of cheddar. Nice big inch thick of Marmite on top. Cold butter. Oh, I can taste it now. And the funny thing is I'm not in a studio, so I could just literally run to the kitchen and do that if I wanted to. Anne says, nice to see what Liz and Tony look like as well. Yes. So the great thing about this is you can all sort of have a little look at each other's pictures and go, I see. Anne says your home looks gorgeous, Terry. It is. It is. It was like this when we moved in, actually. I think that's why we did move into it, because it was rather gorgeous in the first place. If I step out of the way for a second and move my chair, that's a bit of it. So that's the kitchen that we're looking at over there. Down there is like a big sort of garden room, which looks out into the garden. Down there, actually, I don't know what's down there at the moment. Is it safe to look down there? Down there through that door. There will be the kitchen, and so between here, we're actually at the dining table at the moment, and there's the cake. That's the leaving cake. Oh, I didn't show you the leaving presents, did I? Right, okay, get ready. You're going to see the leaving presents now, because somebody missed it. Hang on. It's a very complicated setup I've got going on here to keep you in position. Right. We're going for a wander now. I'm going to turn the camera the other way around so I can show you my leaving presents. Now, interesting array of presents. Let's start with this one. It's a bit dark in here, isn't it? Hang on, let me turn another light on. Oh, that is on. That's low energy light bulbs for you. Oh, there you go. So I hope you can see this. That's a gemstone artwork painting which lovely Maggie gave me from customer care, which I love. Bottle of champers from lovely Joe, and bottles from the channel. There's a leather wallet and some pen sets from Amit. And some gold Wello Opal earrings, interestingly. Santa here, you might be thinking, hello Derek, you've got your decorations up early. No, that was one of my leaving gifts from the channel. And just my leaving cards there from the lovely team, including a Muppets one. I didn't take offence in any way personally. Maybe they thought, go on, get him out of the door, that Muppet. Now, hang on a second. Just have to stick that back to the mouse mat that it's stuck to. I'm sure there's a more sophisticated way of doing this. Just a moment, please. I'm just going to plug you in. Right, there you go. So, okay. Sally says, I'll have the cheese without the Marmite, please. Sue from Newport. Are we reconnected now? Good. Sue from Newport says, you can visit anytime. My husband was a Marmite lover. Sally says, I'll have the cheese without the Marmite. Sorry about that little glitch. Anytime I move, it has a problem. Kirsty says, cheeky. What did I say? Julie says, give me Nutella, especially on ice cream. Oh, Marina bought me a lovely, lovely, huge box of chocolates as well, bless her heart. Love Marina. Susie said, I've just had a Marmite and cheese sandwich. Toasted cheese sandwich where the cheese is melted and lots of Marmite. That's nice. If you're ever in a motorway service station, because, you know, I'd spend my life going up and down the country anyway, and you happen to cross a service station with a place called Tossed, which is not rude. It's like a salad, like healthy jacket potato kind of place. They do a really nice cheese and Marmite toasty. Very good. On good, like, wholemeal bread. Kate says, you still haven't shown us your tattoo. You did promise. Hang on, when did I promise? Did I promise? I'm not sure if I did, actually. I think you're putting words into my mouth now. Right, okay, here you go then. There you go. That's all it is. Now, originally, when I was 17 years of age, don't ask me any more about this, don't interrogate me further on this, but it did originally have a name through it. So this kind of thing across the top, the tribal-looking thing, was to cover up a name from a long, long time ago. That will be that subject closed. Sally says, they look like the opal earrings I have. Most of my jewellery was bought from you. Anne says, my screen is frozen now. Hopefully it's back now. Hello, Roy. Deborah says, are you going on holiday this year? In fact, I'm going on holiday on Sunday. I am going to, well, it's a little mini break, as my TV wife on the cruise channel would say. Because I'm going for 4 days, I think it is, to Gibraltar to see one of my very good friends. I'm going with some people that I work with I say elsewhere. I'm not on TJC now. That I work with. See, I'm going to have to get the language right. Are you happy, Kate, now with the tattoo viewing? I'm glad to hear it. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm going on holiday for 4 days to Gibraltar, which will be a chill out in the sun. And to see some friends and just possibly a glass or two. Possibly, who knows. When Jacob is away... Oh, well, it's only just me going away. Imagine how popular I am. And it's a bank holiday weekend as well, but there you go. And I need dropping off at the station rather early on the day I'm going. But, you know, hey-ho. And I'm going on holiday in September, obviously, on the Norfolk Broads. Angela says, beware the monkeys. Yeah, well, I've heard about how long it takes to walk up the Rock of Gibraltar, so I won't be doing that. It'll be the cable car up and down. Pat says the same thing as well. Jib, the rock and those beep monkeys. Yeah, see, I've never been there. I've got a friend that lives out there now. Is that a mini break in cruise terms? Says Sarah. Yes, yeah. That, as Emma would say, 4 days is just a mini break. Anything less than 7 days apparently is a mini break. Anything over 7 days can then be classed as a holiday. She's very posh. Anything else you want to ask me? How long have we been here? My word, that's an hour and 3/4 you've listened to me. Anyone watching this back? Where do Facebook keep all of these? It must be a huge file, mustn't it? Facebook is just going to keep it in a corner and just leave it there forever and ever and ever. Have you booked your birthday holiday, says Sally. No, I'm not sure if there's going to be one, to be honest with you. In fact, I just had an email earlier from one of my producers to say, now the recording date in November happens to be your birthday. Is that all right? The jury's out, by the way, on that one. Oh, okay. Tina. Oh, Tina. Tina has just logged in, and she said, "Are you leaving, TJC? I'm confused by the heading." Tina. Oh, see, I hate this. This is going to keep happening, isn't it? Oh, I love your shows at the Jewelry Channel. Oh, you know I'm not there anymore. I left last night. Well, I didn't leave last night. It wasn't like a, that's it, I've had enough of this, I'm leaving. But my last shift at the TJC was last night. It was kind of like a planned thing. It wasn't, it wasn't just a cut and run. I didn't just get up and think, right, that's it, I'm out of here now. It was all a kind of planned thing, but that was my last shift was last night. Is there anywhere in the world that you would like to visit that you haven't already, says Kate? Everywhere, Kate, to be honest, because I've been hardly anywhere. I've been very, very lucky that I've been to India a couple of times. I've never been to America, and there are parts of America I'd love to go, even though they're all mad. What? No, I would love to go to America. I want to go to the Smithsonian Museum in Washington. I want to go to New York. I want to go to Disneyland because I didn't when I was a kid. Love to do that. I do want to go to the Caribbean, but that all sounds a bit predictable, doesn't it, really? Having been to India, I'd love to go to places like Sri Lanka, Madagascar, partly sort of gemstone related, I suppose, but yeah, I quite like the idea of, I was talking to Joe last night, presenter Joe last night when we went to dinner before I did my shift. Hello, Jag. Lovely Jag has just signed on as well, who was one of our floor managers, a very, very talented photographer she is now. She's out and about. Well, she's always been a talented photographer. It's just that she passed by TJC and was a great floor manager as well. Hello, my darling. What was I saying? Where I'd like to go? Alaska. I'd like to go to Alaska, and I'd like to do the Rocky Mountains in Canada. I'd love to do that. What's the favourite ship you've been on, and is there any ships you still want to cruise on? Yeah, anything Cunard I'd love to do. Anything Cunard I would love to do. I'd love to do any of them. It's fine by me. But I must have a balcony, thank you. So if anybody's watching, I'd like to have a balcony. And sail, as to where it goes, anywhere, don't mind. Could go around the block and back. Just for the experience would be nice. My favourite ship so far that I've been on, Anthem of the Seas, because it was just brilliant. Loved it, absolutely loved it, and I could have stayed there for weeks. And I want to go on the Harmony, which is now like the world's biggest ship. I would love to go on that. But as I say, Cunard, pièce de résistance, I think for me, I would still love to do that. Even though I've seen other luxury cruise lines, I'd love to do that. And I know there are lots of river cruise lines as well, and I'd quite like to do a river cruise as well. Thinking about everything on the internet is like thinking about where is the edge of the universe. It's very true, Tracy, actually. It was very, what's the word? Very deep. You can't work on your birthday, says Sally. Perhaps you could now have a Christmas New Year holiday instead. Oh, do you know what? That's just occurred to me. I'm not going to be doing a Christmas morning or a New Year's Eve on TJC again. No more Christmas costumes. Oh, that's quite a sad thought. Anne says Dubai is nice. Lynn says I've been to New York 3 times. You should go. It's amazing. Yeah, I've never been to America, would you believe? Ridiculous, isn't it? Cruise on the Nile and Lake Nasser are wonderful, says Jean. Fantastic. Tina, who I've just broken the news to. Sorry, Tina. She said, "Oh no, Derek, I haven't been watching for a couple of weeks, and I just didn't realise. Gutted you're gone. Sorry, Tina. That's why we're here. You see, we're having a it's just sinking in kind of party. There is cake, by the way, Tina. Sorry, I'll just show you. Lovely. You missed my last show. It was last night. I did a 10 o'clock show last night. And I had a cake as well. I'm hoping this is not going to fall apart. But it's gluten-free cake as well, because that's my preference. I'm not celiac or anything like that, but it's just my preference. And it says, "Good luck, Derek." Although I think I've cut into Derek now. And it's lovely. It's beautiful. Look at that. That's right. Look at that. Beautiful. Lovely. So that's why we're having a little gathering tonight, actually, Tina. So, well, good that you're here. Anne says, "Can I carry the cases when you go on Cunard?" Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, although I may well just, sneak into somebody else's cases. Liz says, "Crikey, you're making Tony laugh with your remarks," says lovely Liz. Liz and Tony are in the new front row. I've had a new front row installed at home for our little gatherings. So Liz and Tony are... they're a bit like the royal family, to be honest with you. They'll always be there in the centre two seats of the front row. Ah, there are little things flying across the screen. Pat says, "I've done Canada and Alaska. Amazing. Wish you the very best for the future. Really going to miss you. It's been a pleasure watching you." Thank you, Pat. That's very, very kind. Can read the other posts, says Anne. I don't know what that means. Oh, can't read the other posts. Lisa says, "Daniel says he loves you. And that's her son, who you see on one of the other posts earlier, I taped on my phone the bit where I did, for the last time, the Deal of the Day song on telly last night. So I taped that and put it on the web for them earlier. Anne says, "I'll hold you to that." Oh, right, okay. Jolly good. Sally says, "I want to go on the Queen Elizabeth in November." Well, right, I'm not here to sell right now in any way, shape or form, but they've got a pretty good deal with Cruise First at the moment, where you can go away for, I think it's 26 nights. You go in the middle of December and you come back in something like the 10th of January, and you can take the Queen Mary out to New York, Queen Mary 2 obviously, stay in New York for 2 or 3 nights, then do a cruise to the Caribbean, come back to New York, have another night in a hotel, and then do the Queen Mary 2 back to Southampton. So you can do there and back without flying, in 2 Cunard cruises, which is pretty good. And I think it's about, can't remember how much it is, about 2,500 each, which, it's not an inconsiderate sum. Inconsiderable sum, that's what I meant. I knew that word was wrong. See, I really am this daft in real life. Kirsty says, "Can we have a new jingle, please?" Jingle? Oh, you mean like, oh yeah. Carmel. Hello, Carmel. Good evening. She's saying hello. Well, hello to you as well. We've still got 58 of you there, which is lovely. So, any other questions? Because I suppose I should really let you go, shouldn't I, Sue? We've been here for nearly 2 hours now. It's going to be most... imagine the people that are going to watch this back, and if you are watching back, watching this at some later date, and it's not Monday the 22nd of August, just remember, if you put comments below there and you're waiting for a response, I might respond, but not live, because it was only live when it was live, if that makes sense. So if you're watching it back, it's like watching an old show, so I can't answer back. Because last time I did a Facebook Live, I had people a couple of weeks later putting messages on there saying, "Well, you're not replying. I don't know why I'm sending these messages and you're not replying." And it was because it was 2 weeks ago, or earlier. Anyway, only taken an hour and a half to get here, but we're all here. Oh, have you been trying for an hour and a half, Lisa? Oh, sorry. Dawn says, "If you've typed something, you're live, Katrina." That makes sense. Oh, hi, Katrina. Katrina in Orpington has joined us. Hello, Katrina. Kirsty says no. I don't know what no means. What does that mean? No idea. That's the only thing about here. Hi, Derek. You will be missed. Thank you, Katrina. Judy says, "Will you come back on here soon?" Yes. Yeah, of course I will. I'll do it regularly. I mean, if you want to come and watch, then I'll do it. It just sounds so wrong. But you know what I mean. Heart's in the right place. 2 hours. You must have had enough by now, says Carmel. No, I'm happy to sit here as long as. I've just had a whole day to think about. It's been a very emotional 24 hours. So emotional. I need more cake. Oh, it's lovely. It's got coconut in it as well. Oh, okay. Anne says, hope you do another chat soon. The very, very best of luck in your new venture. We'll miss you on TJC, says Annie Inney. Thank you, Annie. That's very, very kind. What else have we got? You need another session and announce it. Yes, I will do that. Don't worry, Kirsty. Lisa says, Amy said she can't believe you still remember her and Daniel. Yeah, of course I do. Do you know what? I don't ask me what any gemstones are on the Mohs scale, apart from the obvious ones. But people, I never forget. Like there was a message on here today from Jan in Didcot, and how many times have I been saying on Midnight Society check-ins? Where's Jan in Didcot these days? I don't forget people. Liz says, are you going to do these live podcasts on a fairly regular basis? Yes, I will. James, thank you very much for your message as well, saying, well done, Derek, move on. James was with us at TJC as well. Checking us in and out, scanning us, because you know the security at TJC means that when you leave the studio, to actually get from the studio to the dressing room, because you're on the boundaries of the warehouse, you actually need to be scanned, you know, with one of those scanning wands, as if you were in the airport, just in case you've swallowed a gold ring, which in 7 years, funnily enough, I managed to resist. Sally says, have you read all your messages yet? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. I'm miles behind on. There are so many messages, and they're coming in so many different ways. Some people are emailing, some people it's going into Facebook, some are going into Twitter. It's good you can see what we all look like now. Yes, that's a good point, Angela. Actually, that's very true, because I've not been able to do that before. And also, this is like the best bit of the Midnight Society, really, isn't it? Because this is like your text messages coming straight to me. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. This is like without anything else getting in the way, and without anybody in the gallery. Much as I love everyone in the gallery, but without anyone missing a message or just going, or they'll just read it and they'll skip on to another one. They'll decide whether it's interesting or not, or they might just skim over it. And they're not being awful, they're just because they've got other things to do, of course. So the last thing really that a producer really has got time to do is like sort out which messages can and can't be read and whatever. Because some messages can't be read because we'll get some text messages, or we did get some text messages where people would say, love you, Derek, but really hate so-and-so and so-and-so. And obviously I don't want to be unkind to, someone that I work with and go, well, you know what, Angela's just texted and she said, I love your show, Derek, but, so-and-so, well, she's terrible or he's terrible. And, it's just, that's not fair to the other person, is it? It's fine to have the view, but to then expect that person to say it out loud, I think is a bit, it's a bit much, really. And some people send very, very rude things, actually, sometimes that we really can't say. Moira said, I missed the announcement last night. Couldn't believe it. Thanks for showing us some fab jewellery over the years. Might give my bank balance a chance to recover. We'll miss your cheery chat. All the best, Moira. Thank you, lovely Moira. Diane says, it must be nice to know that people will miss you and are interested in what you are doing. I'm amazed. I am amazed, and the whole reason I wanted to do this was so that I had the chance to speak to people that weren't there last night, because I thought, well, that's only fair, because otherwise it's a little bit like cutting and running, and I'm really not doing that. I'm not disappearing at all. I'm going to be here. Email me, message me, whatever. I will always try and reply. Obviously, I would say right now in the next few days, I'm going to get an awful lot. So it might take me a little bit longer, but I pretty much try and reply to everything. Even if it's just a smiley face on a Facebook message, I'll always try and acknowledge in some way or another. And I'm amazed. I'm totally amazed, because as I said last night on the TV, just for those people that weren't there, after 7 years, the thing I dreaded most was telling you lot. You know, going and talking to Amit and you know, talking to the team and everything else, hard, difficult, but nowhere near as difficult as going on TV and going, you know, all that fun we've had for all these 7 years. Well, sorry. Well, I'm about to leave. That's not an easy thing to do at all. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. Sally said, why did they stop the messages going direct to the studio? I think they were seen as a distraction, to be honest with you. And of course, in today's world on TV, apart from a couple of certain types of channels, the primary aim is, I guess, could you talk about something that will bring some money into the company, because bringing money into the company is the most important thing, which I get and I understand. There is a value, I believe, in being able to reach out to your customers. In fact, there are people from TJC, obviously, in the team upstairs who are watching this and part of this right now, not for any wrong reason at all. But I think they might go away from this and they might think, actually, there is a real value to, you know, actually having this interaction. And you've got all of this technology to be able to do it right now. You know, and I watch channels like Ideal World and Jewelry Maker and Rocks and Co and lots of other channels where they'll read your tweets and messages straight away. And you know what, I think it's nice to be closer to that. And I was always but you know, I've always found some way of making that happen where, you know, it might be discouraged these days, but I've always found some way of making it happen in some way or another. Anyway, let's go on. Barbara says, I reckon the society should meet up next year to celebrate your first year. That's a good idea. That's a good idea indeed. Susie, I'm not going to answer that if you don't mind. It's just that my other half chooses not to be involved in anything publicly whatsoever, and I have to respect that. I mean, I'm out there on telly and whatever. But my other half says, you know, not interested in any of that, they're just very averse to that kind of thing, and I have to respect that. So I'm not going to answer that, but, you know, I acknowledge it completely, and I'm sure you understand. Lisa says, Amy and Daniel said they'll miss you on TJC and your cheeky smile. They wish you luck on your new adventures. Bless them indeed. Lovely Amy and Daniel. And you see that other video. Your mum's shown you the other video of me doing the deal of the day for the last time. Pat needs to go now. Pat, lovely, been a pleasure. Let's do it again soon. Kirsty says, you're an honest guy. People know that. Julie says, would you ever go back to your previous channels? Pat Gibson, legend, Captain Pat Gibson, who I worked with years and years and years and years and years, a very good friend of mine. And Pat, I'm well overdue. I owe you a phone call. Pat has his own online radio station called premiergoldradio.com, and you should go and have a little listen, because it's a good little listen. And Pat, great pleasure. Pete, now is that Pete? Pete, as in Gems TV, Pete has just logged on and joined us as well. Hello, sir. Let me go back to the question that Julie asked, which was, would you ever go back to your previous channels? Well, I've left TJC now twice. That's the second time I've left TJC. So I'm never going to say never. And at the time I stopped working for Gems TV, it wasn't owned by the people that own it now. So where Steve Bennett owns it again now. So he had it. He didn't have it, and then he bought it back again. I was in the bit in the middle where he didn't own it, and he does now. So again, you know, that's you know, a potential possibility one day into the future. It's not my plan right now. It's not where I'm going to. I'm not going to any channel I've been to before. What I'm working on now is a channel that's not a channel yet, and it will be a channel. And I can't tell you what it is because I've signed documents to say I won't say anything until they're ready to say something. If you want a comedy answer, it's a wetsuit making channel. It's not really, I'm joking. Anyway, so would I go back to any previous channels? Well, I've been back to TJC. Would I go back again? Yeah, absolutely. Never say never. Never close the door, I would say. I wouldn't have said that 10 years ago. Not because of TJC. I just would have said, right, that's it. If you cut the cord, off you go. But these days, I kind of think, no, maybe not. Okay, Sheila says, you'll be missed, Derek. You always put a smile on my face. Good luck in all you do. Sheila in Carlisle. Thank you, Sheila. Dawn Marie Smith says, thanks for that advice. I think. Does she? Right. That's posted by Katrina. I don't understand. That's a bit confusing. Jacqueline said, I'd love to be your mum. Spent a small fortune with you last night. Can't wait for them all to come. Wishing you all the happiness in the world. Love to Jacob. Thank you all. Pat says, thank you for the plug. You can now voice track the 60s at 6 show. I love 60s music, as you know, Pat. I haven't shown you my record player and my vinyl collection yet, because I know Liz and Tony are watching this, and I should really show you my small but burgeoning vinyl collection now. Judy says, will the new channel be on Freeview? Well, you know what? I cannot tell you any gossip, but yes. Jean says, my husband Ken wishes you the very best of luck. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, sir. Lisa says, Daniel says you're a legend. They both said thank you. You're welcome. Florence says, take care, Derek. I am certain that we will see you again. Bye for now. Thank you, Florence. Julie says, good luck, Derek. Hope everything works out for you. You're brilliant. Love to little Jacob as well. Yeah, he's a little diamond, bless his heart. Thank you. Thank you for the likes that are flying across the screen as well. When should we do this? Should we do this later at night? Because 7 o'clock in the evening might be a bit too early, because, you know, everyone's with their other half, and, you know, you're doing dinner and all of that kind of stuff, and it's, you know, it's a bit of a time. Suggest a time that would be good. Don't suggest midnight, though, because that might be a bit too late. Do you know what I mean? What would be a good time for this kind of thing? Please vote now. Oh, look at all the hearts. I don't know how you do that. Do you just tap the screen, don't you? Did that make something happen? Was that me? I think you tap the screen that I'm in, and then a heart goes across the screen. Yeah, like that. So what time would be good if we did this? 9 o'clock. Sue's got to go, her battery's dying. I've taught many batteries flat, Sue. 9 or 10, says Sally. 9 o'clock, says Kate. I've been very good. 2 hours now, and I've had a tiny slither of that cake. 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Wendy. Susan, 10 o'clock. Deborah, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock even. Janet says, Derek at 10. Oh yeah, rather than the Jules at 10. That would be good, I suppose, wouldn't it? Angela says 9 or 10. Okay. All right. Well, we'll look at that then. We'll look at that. Well, I think we should probably wrap it up now, shouldn't we? As much as I don't want to. Lots of things to do. I haven't even unpacked yet from being away. And plus, after finding out that I'm a small shirt size in Hollister, I've got a lot of holiday unpacking to do, to then pack to go away on Sunday. Derek at 10 would definitely work. Angela says 9 or 10. Carol says 9. Lisa says 8. Denise says, we'll miss your dirty laugh. Is it a dirty laugh, is it? Don't know where I get that from. Dad. Jean says 9 or 10. Lorraine says 10 o'clock. All right, okay. Right, we'll make a plan then. So we'll wrap it up now, if that's all right. So you've seen my leaving presents, and if you haven't seen my leaving presents or Jacob, what you'll have to do is when this finishes, is go and watch a bit from the beginning. Blimey, how boring will this be to watch if you weren't there live? Do you know what I mean? Not exactly interesting, but necessary, absolutely necessary. So thank you for all of your lovely messages. I won't go straight away because there's a couple of messages just coming in. Kirsty says, don't leave this on by accident. How could you imagine? Lynn says, must go now. Good luck with your new venture and hope to see you in Norwich. Julie says, hug sweetie, see you soon. Susan says, good night, Derek, until next time. Keep us up to date. Yeah, I will. I'll update when I can, and maybe in a week or two or something like that, we'll do another one of these and see how it goes. So I'll respond to messages that come beyond this, as and when I can. Sarah says, bye bye Derek, see you on here soon. I'll put Cowpig on your page shortly. Now Liz has just sent me a message as well. I'm not quite sure how. She's asking if I'm leaving. Oh, blimey. Well, anyone watching this right now will know by the end of this video that I have already, as of 2 a.m. this morning. Yes, right, I'm going now, and I will see you through the window. I don't even know how to stop this now. Thank you for your company, and have a good evening, and I'll speak to you in a week or so, I should think. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.